Hey, do you ever catch yourself thinking, am I at the right brokerage? Because here's the thing, if you're paying attention to the numbers, the answer just got a whole lot clearer. What's up? I'm Isaac Guzman with Real Estate CEOs at LPT Realty. And today I want to show you something that should shake up every agent, team leader in the country. All right. We're only 3 years old as a company, but LPT just landed as the number 10 brokerage in the country on RealTrends 500. Not only that, but we went from 36 to 110 qualifying teams, all right, in just this last year. And our closed volume jumped from 2.8 billion to over $10 billion. And all that's just happened in 1 year. Even RealTrends admitted that we were such an anomaly, they made us submit extra verification to prove that it wasn't a fluke. And what's happening here isn't hype, it's performance. All right. From solo agents doing their first real estate deal to teams closing thousands of sides, we're seeing real growth, real success, and real results at LPT Realty. So let's cut real quickly to our CEO and founder, Robert Palmer, breaking down what's really going on at LPT and why this moment is bigger than any single ranking.
Okay, good morning. Welcome to another Motivational Monday. My name is Matthew Hodge, Executive Vice President here at LPT Realty. I am joining you from LPT headquarters here in Lake Mary, Florida. I'm going to bring in Robert Palmer, founder and CEO, who's joining us from Stewart today. He's down in Hutchinson Island on Sailfish Point at his beach home. Thank you so much for being with us, Robert. And if you guys are joining us for the very first time, which is likely as we continue to grow at absolutely breakneck speed, we are here every week walking you through what's happening at the macro level, walking you through brokerage updates, and of course, giving you that motivation that you need to succeed throughout your week. So with that being said, Robert, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, man. And don't worry, I still have my swimsuit on. I'm doing the news anchor deal this morning, so I have like flower swim trunks on with my jacket. And, like,
I heard you in the pool this morning with the girls.
yeah,
I was like,
man.
man, he's
As soon
kind
as
of close
Motivation
here.
Monday's over, I'm going right back down to the pool to play with my two.
Yeah, I knew it, man. I knew it. Oh, good for you, man. Soak up every moment. I know you're there just for a short period of time this week until you head to New York later this week, or I guess I really kind of this weekend. So,
Yes, I'm coming
um,
home for the LPT Plus 2-day event at Ascend Initiative University. Then we're going to Manhattan for some investor meetings. Going to spend a little time in the Hamptons with some friends out there. Then going west to Montana and just going to keep it moving this summer. Lots going on. Lots to get ready
that's
for
right.
this
That's
rocket
right. A
ship that
lot going
LPT
on.
is on, man.
That's right. Hey, Dave, can you make him a little louder for me? Yeah, that's right. Well, so we're excited to jump in today. We've got a lot of stuff. We're going to start off with some brokerage updates. We'll probably skip market updates. And since we've got so many kind of real trends announcements to go through. So real quick, if we could throw up, Robert, I know we've been initiating Broker of the Month every single month. So if you want to announce our Broker of the Month, and then we'll jump right into real trends.
Yeah, let's throw it up there, Dave. We're going to be a slide heavy show today, but congratulations to Greg Wolf, our broker of the month. He's our managing broker for Alaska, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. Has done a fantastic job with us wearing a couple of hats. You know, we're still growing in a lot of those states, and he's doing a fantastic job. So, Greg, we appreciate you. Thanks for all your hard work. You know, at the end of the day, we are real estate first with all the great technology and marketing and everything we do. It's all about real estate, and our brokers are a key part of that. So, Greg, thank you for all you do. And thanks to our entire broker team for everything you guys do across the country, making sure that our LPT agents have an amazing experience as they grow their businesses here at LPT Realty.
Awesome, awesome. Well, congratulations, Greg. All right, so we are going to jump right into real trends. As you guys are aware, we have been climbing the list, on real trends. And so I think last year we had what, 10 teams on the list about? Was that right? Dave, can you bring me back?
We got a slide. You're gonna butcher these numbers. It's a little better than that, but yeah, man, we have
Yeah.
absolutely crushed it. And while we talk about that, Dave, I don't know if you can grab it real quick, but maybe we should at least show today's slide where we're number 10 on the brokerages. So that was not in the deck. I'm gonna throw a little curveball there, but if Matt Levy or somebody can get Davey that slide, I'll try to call for it as we get toward the end. So Real Trends came out for us as a brokerage, 3 months ago now. LPT meteoric rise. Maybe we had that little RealTrends video where the head of RealTrends was talking about how LPT was #1 on the anomaly report. They didn't believe us. They made us give them financials and all this proof to back up that we grew as much as we did. And I gotta believe there was a similar conversation happening when they saw how many of our agents and how many of our teams absolutely crushed the RealTrends teams and agents list this year, which was just announced on Friday. And so we had a different agenda plan today. We thought we would touch on it briefly, but we have so many agents that won and so many teams that won at amazing levels. I think all of Motivation Monday today is going to be spent talking about our RealTrends victories. So really exciting times, man. Just continuing to see entrepreneurs grow on this platform is just so humbling and so important. It's what we set out to do. You come out with a big vision and you say, we're going to recognize each person's individual definition of success. We're going to give them the best tools, the best marketing, the best training culture, everything they need to go build whatever size business they want to build. And now to see people driving what I refer to as this Lamborghini that is LPT Realty in their business and pushing it to limits that even we didn't expect, right? It's just been so amazing to see. So big shout out to everyone who is achieving their definition of success on the LPT Realty platform. And that's really what we're here to do. And at the end of the day, if that definition for you is you want to do 2 or 3 transactions a year and be the absolute best you can for your consumers, we're here to support that. Or if you want to build the #3 team in the entire nation at LPT Realty, we're here to support that as well. So all about supporting your individual definition of success as an entrepreneur. And today we use RealTrends to drive that.
Yeah, awesome. And so, one thing we talked about this on Real Estate First Friday, Lewis and I last week, where, in the inception days of LPT, there were people who were kind of pushing against, the concept of what LPT would represent and saying, hey, listen, real agents don't go to LPT.
What do you mean in the early days, man? They're still saying that right now.
They're still trying to say, yeah.
I talked to an agent on, I guess, Saturday who got a call from the CEO of another cloud brokerage to tell him that no top producers go to LPT and that he should rethink his decision. I mean, that narrative has not gone away. It is interesting though, because we're about to blow some minds with RealTrends. I mean, if there probably is no worse time in history to try to push that narrative than right now. So what are the narratives they use against us, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll never be profitable, we'll never go public. Prove that wrong, right? Here in the next probably year. No top producers, tons of those over here. And I think what people get confused on is this commitment to individual definition of success doesn't mean we don't attract top producers, but at the same time, we're not trying to force everybody into that mold. Not everyone wants to be a top producer. This is not everyone's, sole focus. There's people as entrepreneurs building other businesses. They're building rental portfolios. They're building other businesses that are adjacent to real estate. We want to be the best home for everyone. And I think that's what the competition misses is this idea that, yeah, we have a lot of agents that do 1, 2, 3 transactions a year. Guess what? As a total community of real estate agents, something like 70% of all agents do less than 3 transactions a year right now. We want to be here to support you no matter what your definition of success is. But the competition likes to forget that definition of success for a lot of our agents and teams does include being the absolute best in your state, best in your market, the best team you can build, the best solo agent business you can build. They want to focus on the agents we support, who we will never turn our back on. We are here to support agents no matter what their individual definition of success is. But the competition likes to forget that we have a lot of people whose definition of success is bigger than anything they have at their brokerage. And Friday was a great little statement to put out because our rankings moves up in RealTrends. Let's just jump right into it. Are really showing people that, again, no matter what that individual definition of success is, LPT is the best platform for you. And no one else can say that. Everyone else has this pigeonholed avatar. Maybe this person meets and that person doesn't. We wanted to build something different. We want to build a community where all are welcome and all can achieve their individual definition of success. So with that, Davey, let's jump into this RealTrends data deck that we spent the weekend working on. So RealTrends verified. For those of you who don't know, RealTrends is owned by HousingWire. They are the authoritative source on top agents, top teams, top brokerages. Roughly the top 1.5% of brokerages and teams in the nation make the RealTrends list. There's qualifications. We have to submit proof. Again, when LPT jumped into the top 10 out of nowhere, they put us under extra scrutiny. I know there are actually a couple teams this year who got taken off the list because they weren't actually teams. That was an interesting thing that kind of happened through this process. So really interesting to see that they put a lot of scrutiny on everyone to make sure that this list has integrity. And that's why we support it so much. And that's why we use RealTrends as that gold standard as we talk about our accomplishments as a brokerage. So let's jump right into the next slide there. So what did we do as a whole as a brokerage? Matt kind of alluded to this. So last year's RealTrends, we only had 36 teams. All right. Those 36 teams did 7,800 sides for 2.8 billion in volume. Fast forward to this year, we have 110 teams, 23,600 sides, 10.1 billion in volume. We tripled the sides and almost quadrupled the volume, right? Absolutely insane. Never been done before, okay? On the other side over here, individual agents, we only had 5 agents that qualified for RealTrends in 2024. That number jumped up to 40 this year. That group went from 558 sides to 1,616, and from only 167 million in volume to almost $1 billion in volume. That is 5x the amount of volume being done by RealTrends qualified solo agents at LPT Realty from the 2024 rankings, which are based on 2023, and the 2025 rankings, which are based on 2024. So look, we've had a lot of talented people from day one. We've got a lot of folks joining, a lot of folks growing, a lot of folks achieving that higher level of success because that's what they choose to do on our platform. Next slide, Dave. All right, so one of the really cool things this year is we actually have a national top 30 ranking in every single category. Okay, so what are those categories? We start with mega team over there on the left. We have the number 3 mega team, which is also just the number 3 of all teams in the country by volume, and that is Big Block, who joined us out of California toward the end of last year. They did almost $2 billion in volume and 2,300 sides. In the large team category, we have the number 30 large team by sides in the country, Gary Mercer team, who joined us out of Michigan, $227 million in volume, 370 sides. We have the number 17 medium team in the entire country, Darren James and Associates. All right, they're based out of Louisiana, 65 million in volume, 322 sides. Darren has a tough average price point in his market, 322 sides to do $65 million in volume, but he crushed it. And we've got an error on our slide there. We've got him at 17 at the top and 18 at the bottom. I can assure you he is number 17, and we will get that fixed and re-exported because we're going to give you guys all these slides in LPT Connect. Small team, number 6 small team in the entire United States, Jay Day and the Day Home team, 263 million in volume, 477 sides. And then this is an interesting new addition over here. So we have the number 22 solo agent and Martha Johnson, who recently joined Aperture. We talked a lot about why are we launching Aperture. Martha did $346 million in volume last year on 50 sides. Her average price point is $7 million. Traditionally, agents like that have not joined quote unquote cloud brokerages. With our addition of Aperture, we've opened up a whole new platform for additional agents in markets like Big Sky, Montana to join. And we're happy to have Martha join us. Again, the number 22 solo agent in the country. She's on the Aperture side of the house with $346 million in volume. So really amazing there. So that's our top group or solo agent or team in each category. And we have a top 30, all right, in all of those different categories. Let's go on to the next slide. All right, so we also have a lot of top 5s across states. So let's take a look at this. You can go full screen here, Davey. This one's kind of small. So in California, we have the number 1 mega team and the number 2 mega team. All right, Big Block is the number 1 mega team in California. Number 2 there, Agent Core, number 1 and number 2 mega teams in the state of California by sides. Huge accomplishment there. In Iowa, we have the number 1 mega team in Iowa by volume and the number 3 large team in Iowa. All right, that's Clarkson Realty Group and Ankeny Real Estate Group, 2 amazing powerhouses in Iowa. Flip over to Wisconsin, number 1 mega team in Wisconsin, Landro Group, and the number 3 solo agent in Wisconsin, Kelly Davies. All right, moving through Arizona, number 3 mega team in Arizona, Space. Nevada, we crushed it. Number 2 solo agent in Nevada, Justine Oros. Number 2 mega team in Nevada, Nevada Real Estate Group, led by Chris Nevada. Number 3 mega team in Nevada, Schofield Group. Number 4 mega team in Nevada, Knight Real Estate Group. And number 5 large team in Nevada, the Rivlin Group. Congratulations to you guys. Going over to Louisiana, number 1 medium team in Louisiana, Darren James. Number 17 in the United States, number 1 in Louisiana for medium team. South Carolina, Jeff Cook Real Estate, number 2 mega team in South Carolina. Massachusetts, Homes and Key Group, number 2 mega team. Kansas, number 2 mega team, Urban Cool Holmes. Pennsylvania, number 2 large team, Gary Mercer team. Remember, they were number 30 in the US for large team. They're number 2 in their home state of Pennsylvania. All right, Texas, number 4 mega team in Texas, Texas Connect Real Estate. Number 1 small team in Maryland, J Day and the Day home team. Number 6 in the US, number 1 in their home team in Maryland. Montana, number 1 large team, Shauna Key team, and the number 1 solo agent, Martha Johnson on the Aperture side. Number 3 mega team in Idaho, Living in Idaho group. Number 3 large team in Wyoming, Realty Associates. And number 5 large team in Tennessee, Griffin Home Group. That is all of our top 5s by state across the country between solo agents and team leaders. Absolutely amazing showing. We are crushing it. And you got to think, some of these states we have not been in for very long. All right. And we are absolutely making it happen. So congratulations to all of our teams and agents who are leading the pack in their home state with a top 5 ranking. All right, let's move on. Let's get the full list here going. Let's recognize everybody across the brokerage who is crushing it here at LPT and made the RealTrends list. So at LPT, number 1 solo agent, Kelly Davies, $38 million in volume, 126 sides. All right, she's the number 1 LPT agent that made the list. Justine Oros, number 2. All right, $36 million in volume, 99 sides. And Adrian Herzog, who is number 3 LPT agent, 29 million, 67 sides. And then we have Martha Johnson over there, who's number 1 at Aperture, number 2 in the country with 346 million. And I'm gonna run through the rest of this list. Congratulations, Amanda Downs, Tracy Mathis, Lindsay Gunter, Shannon Bogdanis, Mason Kiffmeyer, Corey McCain, Robert Dorenzo, Christopher Chudzik, Tom Milan, Rafael Gonzalez, Chanel Ford, Shapen Richards, Natalie Kane, Carl Gresson, Danielle Dedekind, Jerry Flowers, Christine Gwinnett, Scott Bryant, Wendy Makisha, David Tully, Andrew Pinch, Colette Reynolds, Jeremy Hartmark, Keith Snyder, Deb Scott, Carrie McClure, Joe Flores, Thalia Bradley, Gina Bufumo, Susan Bermudez, Michael Simpkins, Taylor Cardenas, Jason Catalanato, Stacy Booker, Kristen Smith, and Lana Burke. I'm sure we spelled at least one name wrong in proper LPT fashion. I know I butchered a couple, but congratulations to all you guys. We are so thankful for each and every one of you crushing it here at LPT. Those are the individual agents who made the RealTrends verified list. They represent the top 1.5% of all agents in the United States, and they did it here at LPT Realty, crushing it each and every day.
Can we just pause for 1 second? First of all, congratulations to everybody, but also you said all the names, man. Like, you got them all. I was so nervous that I'm like, he's gonna go for it. He's going for all the names.
I'm going for it. I was almost gonna make you do it, but I know the TV is harder to see inside of the studio, and I am blessed with the close monitor today, so yes. I jumped in there for you.
That. Awesome. Well, congratulations to everybody there. And just so that you know, there's been a ton of those names that come onto Real Estate First Friday and share candidly and openly what they are doing to build their business. We just had Darren James on 2 weeks ago. So we want you guys to know that this is not just, hey, these guys are untouchable. They're not sharing information. They're not giving back. This is the ecosystem. This is the culture that we have here where everybody helps everybody rise. So make sure you are tapping into the resources, because a lot of the names that you see here are sharing what they're doing to be successful. And if that is your version of success, know that you have access to the information. So turn it back to you, Robert, to continue.
All right, let's go on the next slide. I think we're jumping into teams now. Let's go full screen with this. So we have 110 teams who qualified for RealTrends this year.
Don't do it.
You say that number and it's a lot. And then, I'm probably only going to read the top 30 here because this is a lot. But, you say 110, but then when you see 110 on the screen, it's like, wow, we really did this. So big block, number 1 team at LPT Realty, almost $2 billion in volume, 2,300 in sides. And as we mentioned, they're the number 1 mega team in California and the number 3 team out of every single team in the United States of America. Number 2, Space, almost $500 million in volume, 1,100 sides. Here's what's interesting. Space was with us in both 23 and 24. All right, there's a slide I'm going to show later. We only had 30, I think there were 36 teams that we submitted last year. 33 of those teams are still with us. A couple left. One went from a team to a solo agent. But most of those teams have stayed with us. Massive retention of those teams. But Space had 50% year-over-year growth. So for the teams who are with LPT on both the 24 RealTrends list and the 25 RealTrends list, we calculated their growth. I'm going to share that with you for the top 10 of those toward the end of the presentation. But Space grew an amazing 50%. All right, they went from 750 sides to 1,123 sides. here at LPT Realty. They've expanded into more markets. They are showing folks what the LPT, Ferrari, Lamborghini can do when you drive it for 2 years in a row. Because you got to think, we're only a 3-year-old company. A lot of these teams have not been with us for the full 2 years in order to really show what that year-over-year growth can look like on the LPT rails. Agent Core coming in at number 3. They were the number 2 mega team in California, number 3 here at LPT Realty. Texas Connect Real Estate, number 4, 804 sides. Jeff Cook Real Estate, number 5, 705 sides. Paramount Home Group, 645 sides, 130% year-over-year growth. Paramount Home Group went from about 280 transactions to 645 transactions in their first 2 full years with LPT Realty. 130% growth is absolutely phenomenal. Landro Group, 520 sides. Military Veteran Team, 50% growth, went to 515 sides. Urban Cool Homes, 64% growth year over year, went to 511 sides. Again, these are teams that were with us for both years. Best Stack Home Group, a newcomer to LPT, going to do absolutely amazing things here, coming at number 10 with 494 sides. Now we'll go through 11 through 30. Nevada Real Estate Group, Jay Day and the Day Hope Team, Strata Group, who had 124% growth, Yanira Team, Dark Horse Group, Acole Realty, the Global Team, 202% year-over-year growth. Gary Mercer Team, Clarkson Realty Group, Extreme, Darren James and Associates, Elite Experience Team, Schofield Group, Kelly Davies Home Team, Home and Key Group, Lonnie Bush Real Estate, Team Rupp, Knight Real Estate Group, Akeney Real Estate Group, and Duncan Duo Rounds. You know what? I'm going to do it, man. We're going all the way.
You're
going all the way, Hodge.
All right.
Every one of these teams, needs recognition, just like our solo agents. Locals Lifestyle Team, The Team, Griffin Home Group, Rise Team, Florida Coastal Team, MB&A Realty Group, the Norfolk Group, Norkeys and Company, Jacobs and Company, Maximum Tampa Group, the Baird Group, Team Affinity, Icon Team, All-American Group, Allure, Shauna Key Team, Jay Boswell Team, NDHK Realty Group, the Trinity Home Team, Buckley Group, Leoshi Property Group, Coastal Empire Real Estate, the Griffin Group, the W Real Estate Group, Realty Associates, Loyal Texas Properties, Southern Homes Realty, Emerald Group, the Korea Group, Strong Realty, Shore to Shore, Legacy Home Group, JG Signature, New Heights Group, the Mendez Team, Yingling Team, Helton Group, the Rivlin Group, Ship Group, Garden Gate LPT Realty, Steinhoff Properties, Helixson Team, the ASA Team, Yoder Real Estate Team, San Antonio Property Group, House Realty Group, the Courtney Group, One Stop Home Advisors, the Selling Properties Group, Live and Invest Group, Prieto Group, Sapphire Team, Hearts and Homes, Ram Pro, LKG Home Group, Living in Idaho, Geta Real Estate Group, the Robert Mitchell Group, Tucker Realty Group, Dogwood Realty Group, Prosperity Group, Next Wave Marketing Group, the Emerald Group, Wise Home Group, NV Bell Real Estate Group, Nextage Realty Group, Edge Realty Group, Maggie Realty Group, Hudson Willis Group, Cone Realty Group, Powerhouse Collab, the Simmons Team, the Humor Home Team, TK Group, Vanessa Vale Team, the Tara Smith Team, TGT, Cindy Castillo Team, Hard and Olive Real Estate, Front Porch, and Aria Properties. Let's give everybody a big round of applause for crushing that on RealTrends.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, man. So that's our full list. Now, we did a couple more deep dives, all right? We sliced and diced a few of those big states where we absolutely crushed it. All right, so we're going to take a little look now at what that looks like if we want to throw up the next slide, Davey, as we continue down this path. So zooming in on California, I talked about this. We have the number 1 and the number 2 teams in the entire state of California. And then we also have the number 13 team in California, Best Sac Home Group. All right, we've only been in California for about 8 months now. We're absolutely crushing it. Other top teams in California, Strong Realty, Aria, and Robert Mitchell Group. Congratulations to you guys. California being one of the absolute biggest states in the country. LPT is a relative newcomer there. We have massive plans. We're having amazing conversations. California, watch out, because LPT has come to town and we're turning heads and we are crushing it with some of the absolute best teams in the entire state of California. And we're just getting started. I'll tell you this, our first year in business, our first year in Florida, we didn't have any teams this big, right? We had to grow, we had to get there. So it's amazing to see how quickly California has been able to step up to the plate and get on board with LPT Realty. Next slide, Dave. Nevada, another really massive win for us as a company, Nevada. We've talked about this. Number 2 solo agent, Justine Oros. Number 2 mega team, Nevada Real Estate Group. Number 3 mega team. Number 4 mega team. Number 5 large team. And then we get into our other top teams, 11. We've got the 13 medium and small, the 15 medium, the 16 medium, the 16 small. Absolutely massive. LPT's 9 Nevada teams did 15% of all the RealTrends team transactions that were reported to RealTrends. Absolutely crushing it in the state of Nevada. All right. Moving on, let's get to our home state of Florida. A lot of team names on here for Florida. Let's go full screen here, Davey. So our number one team in Florida, number 8 in the state, Paramount Home Group. Again, massive growth there. Full screen on the slide, please. There we go. Number 8 mega team in Florida, Paramount Home Group, 130% year-over-year growth, 280 sides to 645 sides. Military veteran team, 343 sides to 515 sides. They are number 11 in the state of Florida. Strata Group, number 13 mega team in the state of Florida, number 3 in the state of Florida for LPT, 244 sides to 460 slides. Rounding out that top 35, Yanira team, Maximum Group, Global Team, Extreme, Elite Experience, Team Rep, and Duncan Duo. And then I want to point to those 2 teams on the right over there that had over 200% growth. That means they tripled. They took what they had and they increased it by over 200%. So big congratulations to Locals Lifestyle Team, who went from 66 sides to 231 sides. They're the number 37 mega team in the state, 250% year-over-year growth. And the Global Team, 202% growth, went from 124 to 375 sides. So we're not just attracting it, we're helping our existing teams grow and win. I see we got a font problem on this slide as well, where the A in Florida is hanging off. You see, I learned why this happens. There is a font called Poppins that our design team loves to use, but then because we're all traveling and whoever they sent the deck to back in Florida didn't have Poppins and exported it without the right font, some of my slides don't look as good as they were supposed to look or as good as they looked this morning when I looked at them. So we're going to clean that up. We are going to put all the slides in Connect 2.0. We're going to have instructions for you at the end. If someone can hear me and can get those proper exports done and into Connect 2.0 before we get there in the presentation, so we make sure that folks download the right slides. But let's take actually, there's one more slide I want to jump on before we come back and have a little bit of I mean, I hate that Florida A. That's absolutely going to drive me crazy, guys. We gotta notice stuff like that when we watch these webinars, you know. So here we go. 22 out of the 75 mega teams in Florida are at LPT Realty. We have more mega teams in the state of Florida, the only state that we've been in for all 3 years. We have more mega teams than any other brand. All right. LPT has 22 of the 75 mega teams in the state of Florida. EXP has 17 of the 75 mega teams. Compass has 11. Keller Williams has 8. Remax has 5. Real, the other cloud brokerage, has 0, which I thought was an interesting stat. It's really interesting to see that the mega teams in Florida, again, the only state we've been in for the whole 3 years we've been open, we are number 1 now in mega teams. So with that, if we can roll back, Hodge, and have a quick discussion, and then there's a couple more cool points we're going to make, and then if whoever's going to clean those slides up and get them cleaned up, we can watch out for those hanging letters. But let's go back to Matt Hodge. And what do you think, man? I mean, I'll tell you, this weekend, when we were going through all of this and we were slicing and dicing the data and figuring out exactly what LPT did, how we're supporting our agents, because this wasn't just, hey, let's go brag about the awards. This was an opportunity to see, where are we seeing success? Are we seeing growth? Are we fulfilling our commitment to giving our agents, our team leaders, that ability to achieve their individual definition of success? And I can tell you from my chair, these RealTrends results are an absolute resounding yes.
Absolutely. And one thing to think about is that this growth is happening in probably one of the most difficult markets we've seen in quite some time, right? Like not everyone's not growing. This is a byproduct of coming to the right place at the right time, engaging with the tools, utilizing it to grow your business. And so that's important to think, because this is not what a lot of people feel. A lot of people are not singing the praises. They're like, hey, how can I hang on until things get back to normal? So I think it's even that much more impactful to see teams growing here. And then when I think about all the lives that they impact, when I think about all the solo agents who have had the opportunity to go and meet with a team leader or be a part of a team that makes sense for them, that they resonate with, that's where that growth is coming from. So it's not just I guess we're looking at it in the data like, hey, this large team is growing, they're doing more transactions, but those solo agents are coming there and they're changing more and more people's lives. Not only we are, helping consumers at the absolute highest level, but we are also changing our entrepreneurs' lives. And so it's so exciting to be part of this mission. And I know that the stated goal is, hey, we want to be the most valuable real estate company out there. But really, the core of what that is us being the best platform to run your business on, and for the best place for entrepreneurs to get together and find their shared version of success.
It's
So
the only
so
way we
excited.
achieve that.
That
It's the
that's
only
right.
way we can achieve that goal is for
That's right.
everyone on this platform to achieve their goals. And so that's a great lead into kind of the last couple of slides we're going to jump on here. And so again, we have this commitment to individual definition of success, which means whatever size team you want to build, whatever size business you want to build as an individual agent, LPT is here to help you do that. We're not here to put any type of glass ceilings or caps on people. And so I want to share a little bit of data that we pulled out of RealTrends. If we can throw this last slide up. And this has to do with the team growth that we're seeing across the brokerage, right? So are we helping our teams grow? Are we fulfilling that commitment to definition of success? So as I said earlier, there's 33 RealTrends teams that were with both LPT Realty in both 24 and 25. They qualified in 24 and 25, and both years' qualifications were with LPT Realty. There's only 33 of those. 10 of those 33 experienced massive growth, again, at a time when the industry is suffering, when most companies are struggling and shrinking. Transaction count did not cooperate. It went down between those 2 years. So Locals Group, we've talked about this, 250% growth. The global team, Francisco Lara, 202% growth. Paramount Home Group, 130% growth. NDHK Realty Group out of Texas, 95% increase. Strata Group, 89% increase. Urban Cool Homes, 64% increase. Maximum Group, 53% increase. Military Veteran Team, 50% increase. Space, 50% increase. The Korea Group, 32% increase. 1/3 of the teams that were with LPT Realty in both years on RealTrends had at least 32% growth. Now, I can tell you from the conversations we're having with Wall Street, anything above 20% growth is massively impressive. That is a high growth company. All 10 of these folks achieved 32% growth, all the way up to 250% growth in their business in a tough market. So big, big congratulations there. And we're glad that LPT could be a small part of helping put a little bit of wind at your sails for you to go out there and crush it and succeed. Next slide, baby. And what I'll tell you is we are not seeing the path to mega team, right? And so mega team is RealTrends, how they describe larger agent count teams. The path to mega team can be tough at a lot of the legacy franchises. So what this chart shows us is that of all the Remax teams that are on the RealTrends list this year, only 2% of them are mega teams. 90% of them are small or medium. Now, maybe that was their choice, or more likely, those models are not supporting growth for teams to go beyond that medium and small size. At Coldwell Banker, 90% are medium and small, a little higher percentage make it to large. Only 2% make it to mega. Berkshire Hathaway, 89% medium and small, 9% make it to large. Again, only 2% make it to mega. The best of the best in franchise world. If you look at the Keller Williams teams, 4% of Keller Williams teams are mega teams on RealTrends. 10% are large teams, and 86% are small and medium. Keller Williams doubled what Remax, Caldwell Banker, and Berkshire Hathaway were able to accomplish as far as helping team leaders reach that mega team status, all right? Build those big teams inside of the brokerage. Let's take a quick look at what LPT looks like. At LPT, 44% of our RealTrends teams are mega teams. 23% of our RealTrends teams are large teams. Only 33% of our RealTrends teams are medium and small. You can build whatever size business you want on top of the LPT model. There is no restriction. There are no barriers in place. We don't have a model built to limit you to be stuck at medium or small. We want you to achieve your individual definition of success. If we zoom that in on Florida down there in the right, again, the only market we've been in for all 3 years, 50% of the Florida LPT teams that made RealTrends were in the mega team category, right? 58% compared to 4% nationally at Keller Williams, 2% nationally at Berkshire Hathaway, Coldwell Banker, and Remax. If you want to build a mega team, if you want to build a large team, there is only one platform that you can do that on effectively, and that's LPT Realty. And again, we support your individual definition of success. We have a lot of amazing small teams. We have a lot of amazing medium teams. But what we see happen more often than not, our successful small and medium teams suddenly become large teams, and our large teams suddenly become mega teams, because LPT is built to help you support as many entrepreneurs on your team as possible as we all collectively achieve our individual definitions of success. I think that's a pretty wild slide, man.
Yeah, it definitely is. And again, congratulations to everyone who has made this list. And congratulations to the people who are still growing their business and they will eventually make this list, right? Because it starts with one step at a time. And while this is the opportunity to highlight, kind of the best in the country and the biggest in the country, we know that everyone has a starting point. And so we're so excited to house everybody here and create a platform where you can find your version of success, as you said so many different times. But, and one thing that I want to also point out is that when we say, hey, if your version is 1 to 3 homes a year, that doesn't mean go out there and give a bad experience, or you're only doing that because you're not doing a great job. It's because that's what makes sense for you to do. But with every interaction, you're absolutely creating the best experience for our consumers. And so it's not a trade-off in that sense. What we are simply saying is that what you choose as your volume makes no difference to us. We are not trying to, force you to do something that wouldn't make sense. It's more about the fact that, we are the platform that gives you the opportunity to say, hey, if you are going to sell 2 or 3, because that's what makes sense for you, we're going to make sure that you have the best tools to market those properties the best, to deliver at the absolute highest level, and so that's how we see that. So I just want to make sure that clear distinction, that we are not promoting that only do 1 or 2. We're just saying if that's what makes sense for you, we want to make sure you're doing it at the absolute highest level. So with that being said, Robert, just want you to confirm, I want you to know, all the slides inside Connect are correct. We had to make a last-minute transfer to the studio, which did not have pop-ins. So we are good to go on all slides. I have just
all right,
verified.
perfect. So
yeah.
I know a lot of you are excited about this. I know a lot of you want to share these. Normally, you're taking screenshots of the Motivation Monday slides. We're going to give you the high-res images so you can share the ones you want. If we can get that slide up, Davey. And then we're going to need to edit the Zoom link, Hodge, to put the right slides in before we put the replay up as well. So if you do want to go screen grab from the replay or take clips of me explaining it, we'll make sure we get the corrected slides edited in there with the right Poppins font. But if you go into Connect 2.0, you can scan that QR code. It will take you right to the file system. But inside of Main Stage, you click on Main Stage in the header from your desktop. You click on Files over there on the side. Let's go full screen on this, Dave, just so they can really see it. And then you click on RealTrends 2025 graphics for download. That is the folder. If you're doing it on mobile, it's a little different. We have the mobile instructions over there on the right. Click on the drop-down menu, the Main Stage, go down to Files, and there you can click it on as well. So in there are the high-resolution images of every slide that we showed today. I think they cleaned up a couple little mistakes, as well as getting that Poppins font on there, because we want you to have the best versions. Because look, I want you to flood social media with this messaging, because again, I'm telling you, as recently as Saturday, the CEO of a competing cloud brokerage had the gall to call an agent who was coming to LPT and tell them that there are no top producers at LPT Realty, and we are nothing but a bunch of low-performing agents. And that pisses me off, all right? And so we were going to get loud about how wrong that is, because our commitment to every agent's individual definition of success is not something I'm ashamed of. It's something I'm proud of. We're here to make sure that every agent, no matter what that definition of success is, can win. And we have agents winning at every single level, up and down the spectrum here at LPT Realty, from an agent doing 1 deal a year because that's where they are in their career, to the #3 team in the entire country. And I will tell you, that is the largest team at any cloud brokerage in the entire country. All right. #1 and #2 above them are both brokerage-owned teamerages. All right. It's Jason Mitchell Group and it's Mark Spain. They are independent brokerages that operate as teams. The #1 team in the entire country that has their license at a cloud brokerage or any type of secondary brand is Big Block Realty Group, and they are with LPT. All right. So we have from the smallest to the small, getting started, an agent's first deal, all the way up to the largest of the large in our industry. And that is the LPT story. And that is why LPT is winning each and every day. So here we're gonna want you to go download those slides, grab them, put them on social media, share the story, make sure everybody knows how proud you are of LPT, how proud I am of LPT, because we are here winning each and every day. All right. On top of that, if you are one of our 150 people who qualified for RealTrends, we will make you a personalized graphic. All right. We need you to send the headshot you want to use and your team logo, if applicable, to marketing at LPT Realty. Let us know how you want your name to read. Do you want the team leader name on there, or the team name, or both? Which rankings do you want us to do for you? Your national ranking, your state ranking, right? Let us know those things, and we will put together a graphic for you so that you can share that as well. So everyone right now can log into Connect and download the high-res graphics that we showed here on Motivation Monday, all those slides. Any of our RealTrends qualifiers can submit a ticket to marketing@lptrealty.com with the right headshot, right team logo if applicable, and those couple of details, and marketing will turn around that graphic for you. And then we're also going to be launching a series of Desi graphics that all of our agents can share, talking about the amazing accomplishments that we did collectively as a brokerage for RealTrends. If we were able to pull up that top 10 slide, Davey, for us as a brokerage, we can go to that. There you go. A reminder, LPT Realty, number 10 brokerage on RealTrends in just 3 years. And I'll tell you the most impressive thing on this slide is while we increased agent count by 88%, we increased our transaction count by 175%. Agents at LPT are getting more productive once they join our platform. More productive agents every day are joining the LPT platform. We are winning at every single angle. And I tell you, I am proud for an agent who only closes 1 or 2 deals a year to join LPT Realty, where the other cloud brokerages will turn them away, tell them they're not welcome. They don't want them dragging down their per agent productivity so they can use that to brag at coffee parties or whatever they do. I want to bring that agent onto the LPT platform, and I want to give them listing power tools, and I want to give them our marketing, and I want to give them Motivation Monday, and I want to give them Real Estate First Friday, and I want to see them double that production from 1 to 2 units a year to 2 to 4 units a year. And I promise you this, one of those agents is going to own a mega team one day that is on this list, because success starts somewhere, and it starts for everyone here at LPT Realty, no matter what your definition of success is today. And with that, I'm going to go jump in the pool with my kids, and I hope you all have an absolutely amazing week, and we're going to keep crushing it here together. And I cannot wait to see what next year's RealTrends looks like, because LPT Realty is going to be all over it. Have a great week, guys.
3 years ago, we were just getting started. All right. A lot of people doubted this model, said no top producers would come. Heard that so many times. Said it was not sustainable. Said we'd never be profitable. Well, fast forward to today, we're not just proving them wrong, we're building something that they frankly cannot ignore anymore. Because let's be real, we're the only platform that's really supporting agents at every level, all right? From 1 deal a year to the number 3 team in the entire country. We're doing it with real tech, real marketing, and real ownership opportunity. And here's the thing, and it should scare the competition, just getting warmed up. So here's the question you got to ask yourself. If you're not having this kind of momentum where you are, right, because that stuff trickles down, why not? If you're curious what it's going to look like for you, we should talk. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to book a private one-on-one with me. I'll show you exactly how we're helping agents scale and grow and take back the control of their careers on their terms. So LPT is just getting started. So don't hesitate. Don't wait. Stop waiting for someone else to get the opportunity that's rightfully yours. That's what I decided to do in 2024, and I have not looked back. Best decision I ever made. I'll share that with you. Or if you want to learn with one of my partners, right? Maybe you know somebody in the market that's connected. Maybe they referred you to this video or this YouTube channel. Reach back out to them and ask them if I could jump on the call with them. I'm happy to do it. I'll walk you all through it, exactly what it would look like for you as an individual agent, as a team. Independent brokerages are now merging over with LPT Realty, and it's just the beginning. So I'll see you on the other side.